Coach Pearl for some general thoughts on the game, take your questions for Bryce and Chuma, and then we will excuse them and then finish up with Coach Pearl. Reminder, no live streaming, please, and no video permitted in the interview area. Coach Pearl?
Want to congratulate Tennessee on a great SEC season, and I get no greater pleasure in beating Tennessee for this SEC championship because I spent so many wonderful years as a Tennessee Vol, and I got great respect for their program and their fans and their history and tradition of basketball, and just you couldn't have a better coach or person or man than Rick Barnes. Happy for our team, our university. The championship means so much because it might have been the best year the SEC's had, and how many? And Auburn is its tournament champion. That says a lot about these guys, our coaching staff, and the program. And so, obviously we're very happy. We hope that we'll be able to represent the SEC and the NCAA tournament as its champion, and just want to give God all the glory for the blessing. Not sure we deserve as much as we've been blessed.
Thank you. If you'll raise your hand, questions for Bryce Brown or Chuma Kiki, and we'll get a floor mic to you. Let's start right on the left, second row, and then we'll come over to the right.
Bryce, throughout the regular season, there's been so much talk about LSU, Kentucky, Tennessee is the elite of the SEC. Do you feel like today you kind of proved you're in the same class?
Oh, definitely. Us as a team, we've always felt like we were, but we had some struggles. We went through some adversity early in the season and early in SEC play. And, I can't blame them for the doubt, but, we knew inside what we had to change, and we changed those things, and we made sacrifices as a team. And, that just led us to this right here, I feel like.
Question on the right aisle.
Bryce, you went 3 years without winning an SEC tournament game. You went 4 in 4 days. You're named tournament MVP. What does this entire experience mean for you personally?
It means so much. First off, it's just a blessing from the man upstairs. He blessed us in so many ways this season. Even when we didn't see the light to the end of the tunnel, he still gave us that light at the end of the day, and it was winning this right here. And we still have a lot more to prove and a lot more to accomplish as a team. And it just means so much, especially being a senior. I know it means a lot to Chuma. I feel like we paved the way for the foundation here in Auburn.
Have a question in the back.
Chuma, what's the mental strength of this team now compared to last year?
Can you repeat that question, please?
What's the mental strength? What's the mental makeup of our team this year compared to last year? How much stronger are we mentally?
I think we're very strong, especially our bench. Our bench doesn't drop off, and we're still undersized, but we got a lot of heart, and we just go out there and play hard.
Raise your hand. Other questions for either? Let's go to the left, second row. Go ahead.
For Bryce, especially in the first half when you guys took control of the game, you were getting so many steals and turnovers. What was the key in getting those balls and just shutting down Tennessee for such a stretch?
Just trying to guard Grant Williams the best we can. I have to give our big men, all the 4s and 5s, Chuma as well, all the props for that. They got us through brawl screens. They helped guard Grant Williams. They did that to the max of their ability. They did that so well tonight, and I gotta appreciate Horace so much. As much as he's done and accomplished over these 4 years, just turned out to be such a great player for us. And Chuma's Chuma, man. He's a pro, I feel like. So Anthony and Austin, they had Anthony wasn't one of Anthony's best nights, but he still came in and helped defend the post as well.
There's a question on the right aisle.
Chuma, you hear Bryce say that he feels like you're a pro. In that second half, it seems like you really turned it on. What happened after halftime that made you just really dial in?
I just knew my teammates had a lot of faith in me, so I just knew I had to step up. They kept finding me and giving me open shots with the drive and dishing. So I just knew I had to come through for my teammates.
Is there a question in the back? Yeah, go ahead.
Bryce, with Austin healthy now going into the NCAA tournament, how's that going to affect y'all's team?
Say that one more time. I didn't even see you. I'm sorry. Over here. Okay.
With Austin now healthy going into the NCAA tournament, how's that going to affect the team?
It gives us that dominant inside presence. I'm not saying that we didn't already have one, but it just gives us another one, another go-to guy down low. He blocks shots, he's athletic. He does a lot for us, and just having him back is great. Yeah.
We have time for one more question for either. You want to take it in the far back?
Yes. How big was Javon's impact off the bench for you guys?
That question was for which player?
Either player, coach, it doesn't matter.
Pick a player.
All right, Bryce.
There you go.
It was huge just because, Javon, this was actually one of his best games he's played for us. Defensively, offensively, I feel like he chipped in there, got some steals, found his teammates on the break. And with Jared being out that whole first half, he had a lot on his shoulders to carry over, and he did that very well. And I just commended him after the game, during the game, kept feeding confidence to him because I knew we were going to need him just like we do every game. So big props to Javon on that. Yeah.
All right, we'll excuse Bryce and Ncaa. You can return to the locker room, which is currently open, by the way. And we'll continue on with questions for Coach Pearl, so raise your hand and we'll get a floor mic to you. Let's go ahead and start on the left second row.
Bruce, you guys get so much attention for your three-point shooting, but in the first half, the defense is what really turns it around. Could you just talk about your defensive philosophy and how well they operated it today?
Yeah. The rule changes over the last couple of years have really put a limit on full court pressure, made trapping difficult. And so to try to stay within the framework of what our defensive philosophy is, we had to become more disruptive in the half court than what my teams have typically been. If you let a well-coached team like Rick Barnes run their stuff and put the guys in the places that he wants to put them, you're going to get isolated. You're going to give high percentage looks. It's one of the most efficient offenses in college basketball. So we try to disrupt. We try to extend catches. I think we do a good job with our scouting, knowing tendencies. Like when we switched late, Horace Spencer stayed on Turner's left hand, knowing he's a little better going with his left. What center would be locked in to the scout to understand that that's how you have to guard? 14 steals, 17 turnovers. We're looking to try to make plays off the ball. The camera follows the ball and the ball pressure, but it's with other four guys that need to be in position to not only help, but create offense with their defense.
Question on the right side.
Bruce, you've been saying for 2 years now that when Jared Harper's not at his best, sometimes you guys struggle to win. For him to be out for 18 minutes there in the first half, how are you guys able to do what you did?
Well, the only player that I was concerned about fatigue was Jared Harper. He carried us against South Carolina and Florida, and he puts forth so much energy. It may have been a blessing. I was planning on playing Jared a maximum of 32 minutes today, but he got in foul trouble, so we went with Javon. And he had to carry the ball, and he did. He did a great job. It was a good matchup from that standpoint because we knew that Javon could get downhill against Tennessee, and it was going to be a problem for Tennessee's bigger guards to stay in front of. So obviously we spread the floor and try to create one-on-one matchups, get to the rim and score, knock it out for shots. As John indicated, the key was I felt pretty good when we were 5 for 20 from 3 and had a 10-point lead, I think, at halftime, or 9 or whatever it was. You had to feel pretty good. I think the bench was a factor. A lot of coaches will shorten their bench come tournament time because it's a one-and-done situation. I just don't. Dr. Tom Davis was my mentor. He did not teach me that. You got to trust your bench. You want a good locker room? Make sure that everybody's got a chance to contribute. Understand what their roles are, trust each other, not be jealous of another man's success. And I think that's what's happened to our basketball team this March, because they've really trusted the process and they bought in.
Question in the back. Is there a question? Okay. Raise your hand. Other questions for Coach Pearl? Last call.
I'm going to make one more then. I think that there were some great matchups out there today. Obviously, you saw Bryce with his ability to shoot the basketball, just such a dangerous player out there on the floor. He's got great freedom. Ncaa is a pro. He is such a versatile player. People don't recognize he should have been on the. He's the best defensive player in our league, and it's not a knock to anybody else. But Ncaa is always in the right places. He can cover anybody, and he's patient. He does what's required of him, and he's a great teammate. So we're obviously very happy for our individuals, our team, and Auburn.
We do have one last question right here, if you will.
Bruce, this team is on a roll now. You've won 8 straight. You've got the tournament title. What are your hopes for seeding in the Ncaa tournament when that bracket comes out?
You know, the better you seed, the better your chances to advance. So you're just, hopeful that in relation to the competition, that we get a good seed, and a lot's going to have to do with the respect. We've beaten a top 5 team twice this week. We've got wins over South Carolina, Missouri, and Florida. We're healthy, and wherever they put us. But the reason why everybody makes such a big deal about seeding is there doesn't come a prize with it. It just gives you your best chance to advance. So we're obviously going to celebrate this tonight, and probably wake up in the morning feeling good about it. And then we're going to try to take advantage, if we can, represent the SEC as its tournament champion in the NCAA tournament.
Thank you.